What's up, Boxing Land? Here today to talk about Marquez versus Bradley. Again, that's Juan Manuel Marquez versus Timothy Bradley, I believe at welterweight, September 14th, I believe is the date, on pay-per-view, HBO. Great fight. Hard to believe that Bob Arum is giving us another good fight between two good fighters. My pick is Marquez. Prior to Bradley's last fight with Ruslan the Russian, I would have picked Bradley just because while he's not technically as good or gifted as Marquez, he has intangibles. He has this tenacity about him and this will to win that's so huge that you almost believe that he could beat anybody on any given night. So I would have picked Bradley prior to that fight, but I believe that fight was so hard on both those fighters, on Bradley and Ruslan, that I don't believe that those fighters will ever be the same. You know, all we have to do is look at history to see Corrales Castillo were never the same after those wars. Gotti Ward, you know, Rafael Marquez, Israel Vasquez, Cotto Margarito 1. You know, those guys were never the same after those wars. So I don't think that Bradley's the same fighter. You know, and also I believe that Bradley may be dealing with depression even now, after his last fight. Prior to that fight, he had talked about how he was depressed and he even thought about suicide. So if I'm correct, he's on antidepressant medication, which furthers depression because it depletes the body of magnesium. But antidepressant medication causes you to get heavy. So, you know, if he's putting on, you know, 37 plus almost 40 pounds, that's a lot of weight in training camp he's got to lose. So he's not training to win fights, he's training to make weight. And that has a huge effect on stamina also in the second half of fights. So, again, I picked Marquez. I think that he could even possibly stop Bradley in the second half of the fight. Should Bradley choose to bang it out and should Bradley choose to, you know, to try to apply pressure and make it a fight instead of a boxing match. I think Bradley's best chances against Marquez would try to be, you know, to box and maybe even try to counterpunch, you know, take the approach that Floyd did by making Marquez the aggressor. But I see Marquez winning that fight. And again, I can't believe that I can't believe Bob Arum is making that fight. You know, it's hard to believe. I don't know. He must be wanting to do something for his legacy now that he's 81 years old. But anyway, I'm happy that it's happening. I'm not happy that it's on HBO pay-per-view. Not because it's on HBO, even though the commentating is horrible there. But just horrible because we have to pay for these fights. But it is what it is, you know. So I'm glad it's going down. You guys tell me what you think about that fight. Tell me what your predictions are. Tell me what you think about Bob Arum making all these great fights. Hit me up on Facebook at Boxing Freaks, 2 words. And hit me up at Twitter, YDKSAB. Again, hit me up at Twitter at YDKSAB. And for those who don't know, that's an acronym for You Don't Know Shit About Boxing. So hit me up. Stay tuned, guys. Peace.